Article 25 of the Universal Declaration of Human Rights states, "Everyone has the right to a standard of living adequate for the health and well-being of himself and of his family, including food, clothing, housing, and medical care, and necessary social services, and the right to security in the event of unemployment, sickness." There it is. Basic income should be universal, individual, unconditional, and high enough to ensure a dignified existence and participation in society. This new fundamental right for humanity not only would eradicate misery, it is also a way to develop non-market oriented work, such as artists, parents, and volunteers. But it's also an economic measure. A basic income for all means supporting local business. Therefore, it would enable us to fully exercise our citizenship. How do we finance it? Easy. We have several proposals: financial and high-income taxation, a consumption tax on luxury goods and polluting products, and mainly self-financing by simplification of a very long list of current social transfers and associated public services which have become obsolete. What we propose would be much simpler, equal, and transparent. Everyone gets a basic income without even asking for it. But then of course it's up to you to work if you want more money. We as European citizens have now launched an official petition called the European Citizen Initiative to make the European authorities examine our manifesto. The European Commission must consider our proposals when we reach the 1 million signatures required. If accepted, studies of the different models and amounts of basic income will begin. We must mobilize by organizing events, creating local groups, and creating a buzz by telling your friends and everyone around you that a new idea is growing in Europe. Thank you for visiting basicincome2013.eu and signing our petition.
So that's interesting.
That is. Well, you know, it would be a lot cheaper than current social programs.
You know, right now, poverty is costing us billions of dollars, and if they alleviated poverty, we'd need less cops, we'd need less services, our health care would be alleviated quite a bit because poverty causes concerns with health care, but they're not interested in doing that. At any rate, I'm Darren Howard.
And I'm Robert Nisbet. Welcome to our segment on innovation and real change.
Yes, welcome. And we do say welcome, too, because you're outside with us, downtown Kelowna, where it's minus 13 degrees.
Or would you rather hear about a new idea? Well, actually, it's an old idea that's being made new again. They're marketing thorium as a way as an energy source. And they've got a really cool idea. Check this one out.
A company known as Laser Power Systems believes that they can create a car that runs on something known as thorium, and as a result, it could actually be powered for about 100 years on just 8 grams of the fuel. Now, for those of you who don't know what thorium is, it's actually a radioactive metal, and there have been cases in the past where nuclear power plants were supposed to be powered by thorium instead of uranium. However, the Nixon administration nixed it a bit. So this thorium-fueled automobile would, as I mentioned earlier, run for 100 years on just 8 grams of fuel. At least that's according to their concept car. I mean, I can't even believe a car can run for 100 years, period, even if you have to refuel, right? Like, that's like inconceivable to me. According to the company, because thorium is so dense, it has the potential to produce tremendous amounts of heat. The company has been experimenting with small bits of thorium, creating a laser that heats water, produces steam, and powers a mini turbine. Just 1 gram of the substance yields more energy than 7,396 gallons of gasoline, and 8 grams would power the typical car for a century. Yeah, so that car is not the car that's being designed by Laser Power Systems. That's actually a different car. It's the Cadillac World Thorium Fuel Concept Car.
Good enough.
Yeah, and it was designed by a different company.
Face alone, I'm going for thorium. And if you're going to put thorium in a car, it should look like that. And how cool is thorium on name alone? Okay, it is. I looked into this. It is in fact named after Thor. How hilarious would it be if it turns out the people who believed in Thor saved the planet and not Jesus? Would they go around like, oh, what now, Jesus? What now? It turns out Thor was coming back. They say, you know, Jesus promised to rid the world of evil. Odin promised to rid the world of ice giants. Do you see any ice giants?
So I don't see any ice giants around.
I mean, it's just logic, right? You know, when it comes down to it. But, you know, far be it for me to stir up religious controversy.
Yeah, but how badass does that car look, man?
You know what? High tech, right?
Yeah.
Okay, but, you know, these are solutions that are everywhere. There's a concept car coming out from Ford, but it's only a concept car. It's got solar panels on it. Why the heck aren't they pumping these things out?
And don't forget that guy in India who invented a car you could drive that runs on water.
Okay, why is India getting a carburetor conversion kit to run their new vehicle on water and we're not?
But at least in Alberta, they're trying to make some sense of this climate change issue.
Yes.
They're actually using carbon tax and they're investing it in green technology. At least the Alberta government or the CCMC, which is the Carbon Capture Manufacturers Coalition or something like that, they're spending money on green technology and carbon capture. So check out what they're doing there.
When you hear the Alberta government talk about its carbon tax, this is what they're talking about. The fund collects money from big emitters, but only on a small proportion of the actual carbon emissions. So far, the CCEMC has invested $98 million in renewable energy, $55 million in greening fossil fuels, $39 million in energy efficiency, and $21 million in carbon capture and storage. Of the $212 million, just under 2/3 of that money has gone to renewable energy and energy efficiency projects like this.
One of the interesting projects that we have is what's called the Growing Power Hairy Hills project. This is where we take, or the proponent takes animal waste and converts that into three things: into fertilizer, into green power for his operations, and into ethanol.
The CCMC is invested in Landmark Homes, a company that we have featured before on Green Energy Futures. They're the Edmonton-based home builder with a house factory that uses robots to build ultra-efficient new homes that Landmark says will be net zero ready by 2015. On the emissions side, the lion's share of reductions will have come from renewable energy and energy efficiency projects. In total, the CCEMC will save Alberta 10.2 megatons of greenhouse gas emissions by 2020. That's 20% of Alberta's 2020 greenhouse gas target. Alberta is working on a new climate change strategy. The question is whether we'll see investment in clean energy that racks up big emission reductions or not.
Now, of course, I'm going to wage in an opinion, okay?
Okay.
Carbon tax credits are stupid beyond belief. We should just be getting off of things that produce carbon.
Well, yeah. Of course, in the Netherlands, they have a different view of how power should be used, and they're using chicken manure to power 90,000 homes.
So, chicken poop. Check it out.
This is Rolf Jongstra, citizen journalist from the Netherlands, reporting on Instablogs. Many European countries, including the Netherlands, suffer under an excess of different types of animal manure that pollute the environment. A poor solution of this problem is using it for the generation of electrical power. This is what happens in the world's largest biomass power plant, running exclusively on chicken manure, just opened in the Netherlands. It will deliver renewable electricity to 90,000 households. The biomass power plant has a capacity of 36.5 megawatts and will generate more than 270 million kilowatt-hour electricity per year. By using the manure for power generation, the release of methane is avoided. The biomass power plant will utilize approximately 440,000 tons of chicken manure, roughly 1/3 of the total amount produced each year in the Netherlands.
You know what? It's so cool doing these shows because I always talk about it. Banks and government are not interested in simple, affordable solutions that would put people to work and get us off this oil nightmare.
And regulations are not the answer because, you know, who writes the regulations? However, they are coming up with a new system in Europe. More and more people are turning to alternative and complementary currencies.
So, well, we're talking about the $80 billion the Fed is dumping into the high-priced banks every month to prop up their failing system. Europe has a solution that they're not talking about.
These colorful rectangular notes are not money, but they have a real value. You can go shopping with these bills in your wallet or pay for dinner at a restaurant. The idea of alternative or so-called complementary currencies that people or businesses agree to use for transactions within a particular area, a district, quarter or just a street, may look like something from a kid's game. But the reasons behind it are far from child's play. Alternative forms of money have a history stretching back decades and appear to be growing in popularity, especially in tough financial times.
Banks play a lot with money and often risky games, but at the end of the day, ordinary people have to pay for mistakes and losses. This is why people want to have a currency that they will be sure will serve them and not go disappear somewhere in fiscal paradises, global finance systems or banks.
Today's most famous headline-grabbing alternative currency is the digital Bitcoin, but there are dozens of others in use worldwide. In France, Europe's second-largest economy, people exchange services and goods via at least 20 different types of complementary currencies, and their numbers are growing.
This sticker indicates this restaurant accepts la pêche. The word means fishing or peach in French, but also energy. And the slogan, vous avez la pêche, nous aussi, is used to express someone is in good health and full of energy, which the local currencies here in France certainly seem to be.
Experts claim complementary currencies will never replace an official one. However, if trust is undermined hard enough in conventional money, people may start looking for a different type of change. Marie RT from France.
Hang on a second, I had a smart-ass statement to say about Stephen Harper and chicken poop.
Oh, okay.
I forgot it now.
Oh,
Okay, so insert your joke here on how to fuel the planet with all of the poop coming out of Parliament.
That there are.
Okay, so, I mean, don't take our word for it. Check it out. We don't make commercials saying trust us.
No.
We make cool shorts like what? What do we got?
Well, we got this lady in Greensboro, Alabama, who's a one-woman stimulus package.
Wow.
She saw a failing system and decided to do something about it without any government help at all.
Really?
Yeah,
you mean
this is extremely cool. Check this out.
Pam Dorr rode into Greensboro, Alabama, when its main street was on life support. Even the catfish had moved on.
75% of the businesses downtown were vacant or abandoned.
But Dorr has a special gift, using whatever's lying around to build possibility.
So this is bamboo?
This is bamboo. It's an engineered bamboo tube in a hex shape lined with carbon fiber.
Wild bamboo was a local nuisance.
And this stuff grows all over?
Everywhere. And it turns out it's great for building bikes.
But until you came along, it was just an annoyance for a while.
No one liked it, yes. Yeah. There's a lot of complaining about bamboo.
In 2008, she opened a bamboo bike business. Dorr, a designer with Victoria's Secret in San Francisco, visited Greensboro in 2003, loved it, and never left. Her nonprofit development group, called Hero, has become this community's one-woman stimulus package. She baked this pie business from scratch with a few local recipes.
Where'd you get the oven?
We actually found the first oven in a dumpster. So everything in
dumpster.
Everything in the pie shop was free or found.
And most people, they think to themselves, okay, I need a business plan, I need investors, and you had none of that.
We didn't need it because we had pie.
Pie Lab now takes in $25,000 a month. Dorr has created 11 small businesses and 50 new jobs. $15 million in profits since 2006 have built affordable housing for hundreds of people in 7 counties.
Yeah.
Dorr has a new business idea, quilts, sewing together patches of new life. Mark Strassman, CBS News, Greensboro, Alabama.
So that's so cool. She found stuff in the dumpster and she used that for the bakery she built. So I continue to be Robert Nisbet.
And I continue to be Darren Howard. And of course, we're going to be editing this, so you have no idea what we were just saying. Okay? Trust me, it was kind of funny. So insert joke here, and stay tuned, because we're going to be talking about some of the protests.
And some of the pushback.
Some of the people really making a difference. So remember, one person speaking the truth is still one person speaking the truth.